One of the things I wanted to share with you is if you have a harder time feeling in your body and being able to discern things that your body's trying to tell you just by feeling into your body, especially if you have maybe a more mental or logical process. An exercise that you can do that can be really helpful is to get a piece of paper and basically go through a question answer cycle with your body. And so what you would do is on your piece of paper you would write down the question that you're asking your body, and you imagine that you are your body answering back. So with the question that you're asking, you're literally asking it to your body. So a while back, I was having some massive sugar cravings. It was just so unusual, and so finally it was just yelling at me so much. And I hadn't been able to get to the bottom of it by just feeling into it. And so I sat down with a notebook and I wrote down, why am I craving specifically sugar, candy, like the very specific things that I was craving. And then I just kind of like sat and felt like, okay, I'm waiting for my body to answer me. And I started having these thoughts come to mind, and I started just writing and journaling that down. And what had come to me at the time was that I was experiencing a situation that was really similar to a past situation that I'd had. And at that time, there was stability in every Friday we would get a treat from the store. And I mean, it tended to be candy until I had gotten older, and then it switched over to Canadian Clear drinks and You'll Play. And I had realized, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like this cravings for candy. It's like I would totally be satisfied with this You'll Play yogurt if I had one. And I recognized that what was going on was my body was in this familiar place of financial struggle, only I'm in it as an adult instead of as a child. But it was triggering this familiar thing of like this place of like a, not really a security, but like something I could count on. And that thing that I could count on is every Friday we could, spend 50 cents on a treat, because it was just something little, but it was something that was consistent. We had a little bit of flexibility and freedom with. And so I got that answer, and I had a really hard time getting an answer to what was going on, but I knew it was being triggered, and I was not able to like tune in to like feel and like have enough clarity. Like my mind at the time was very busy, and I just couldn't land on the answers that I was like trying to find and trying to feel. And so I had to sit down and get really formal about it. And so I wrote down my question to my body, and then I allowed myself to hear my answer through my body into my mind from my body. And that might sound really weird if you haven't done it before, or like it might feel a little silly if, you're practicing it for the first time or two, but I do encourage you to give it a try, and don't discount what comes, just what are the thoughts that you have? And maybe even like, if my body could talk to me, what would my body say back to this question? And then allow yourself to write that answer. And you would be surprised at like even just being able to pull out from the subconscious, because that's what it's doing. It's pulling, because you're having this question from this conscious part of you, and you're trying to pull out an answer from a subconscious space of you. And so it's bringing that to the surface. And a lot of times, by just bringing that to the surface, that can actually offer quite a bit of relief. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that made a huge difference. If I remember correctly, though, I think that it like immediately, like all cravings were like gone, because I knew what the problem was, and I was able to then take that information of what was going on, and I was able to like make new decisions around it and have compassion for myself. And have understanding, instead of being like stuck in this other place where I just feel like I'm like not having choices, and I'm not having stability, at the time. So hopefully that's helpful for you, and you can give that a try. And you can actually do that as like a prayer thing too. And that one is more like, writing down your question to Heavenly Father, and like then writing down like the feelings and thoughts that you have come through as an answer to that specifically. So that can be super fun. A fun way to, if you feel like you're feeling stuck in how you receive personal revelation. But anyways, go try that and see if that helps you find some answers that your body's trying to give you, because man, our bodies will scream at us, and if we don't know that that's what they're trying to do, if we don't understand that they're trying to communicate to us, it can get pretty painful. So hopefully that will help you at least make some progress forward and get to a better place.